Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Can we just talk about this right here? This, what I'm going to be doing a review and tutorial on. I am so excited I got my hands on this. But you guys do know that I have like all their palettes, so I couldn't help myself. Ooh, spoiler alert. Wow. This is just amazing. I'm so glad that I snatched this bad boy right here. So this palette has gorgeous, bright, vibrant colors, unlike any of their palettes. So I had to grab this one. And I decided, why not show you guys what you could do with this palette. And I'm going to be talking about pigmentation, affordability, blendability, packaging, everything. I am like obsessed with this company. Their eyeshadows are crazy pigmented. I decided to try to take full advantage of using as much color as I could without it looking crazy on my face. If you guys would like to see how I created this look and hear my thoughts on this palette, keep on watching and we'll get started. Welcome to the family. Here we go. Let's jump right in. The first shade I'm using is this gorgeous bright pink shade. I'm gonna go ahead and take this in my crease. So I'm just gonna blend this in my crease. And I didn't use a lighter base. I just used my concealer as my base to set my eyes before. So this is showing up very pink and that is great. I love that. So from this point I have this harsh line right here. I'm gonna just take a clean brush and blend that out. Yeah, that's much better. With the pink, I'm just gonna go on the outer crease and part of my lid. I'm gonna take this beautiful, rich, chocolatey brown in this palette. It's like a chestnut brown. I'm gonna concentrate that in my crease area right here. And I'm gonna bring it over. These two colors mixing together almost looks like a burnt orange. Like a terracotta almost. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit more of that pink and just go over what I just did, just to really make it pop. As if it needs to pop anymore, but I really want it to be vivid, just like so. And you want to bring it all the way in this hollow here. That is bright. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW25. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, I have a hooded crease, so I'm gonna cut my crease above my natural crease. So I'll be cutting the crease right here because that's right above my natural hooded crease. And then I'm gonna be dragging it out to the side. And I'm gonna feather out the end. So I'm applying less pressure on my brush when I get to the end. I'm dragging the concealer out until it just fades into that pink that I have in my outer corner. To blend it out even more, I'm going to take just the pad of my finger and really work the concealer in to that outer corner color. Okay, it's time to pack on this color. The first shade I'm going to be taking is this bright yellow. It's like a canary yellow. I'm going to take a medium lid brush. So I'm dipping into this yellow and I'm just going to pack it on my lid. Wow. It is so pigmented. It's crazy. I mean, okay, so there is a little bit of fallout, but these colors are so pigmented that it's okay. And the more I pack on, obviously, the more pigmented and true to color it's showing up. So now I'm just going to be taking the other side of my brush and dipping into that gorgeous orange. It's like a Halloween pumpkin orange, like a really healthy pumpkin looking orange color. So I'm gonna dip into that and I'm just gonna pack this on in the center. That almost looks neon. Oh my gosh. Wow. We're gonna have to blend this bad boy out. So I'm just gonna blend this into the yellow and out into the pink. Going back and forth between the yellow and the orange until I get that perfect blend. I'm liking where my yellow and my orange are blending and connecting with each other. I'm now going to take some of that pink that I was using in my crease and I'm just going to merge it with the orange on the outer corner. So I'm going to help it merge even better. And then I'm going to dip into that warm, rich, chocolatey brown and I'm going to just do the same thing I did with the pink. So now that I have a really good blend going on this eye, and I'm just gonna make that cut crease a little bit more crisp. I'm gonna dip into that pink, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just going along the edge of my crease with that pink. I'm going to be taking my Stila Kajal eyeliner in Onyx. I'm going to line my top waterline and my bottom waterline. I'm going to go ahead and do my winged eyeliner and my eyelashes off camera just to save us some time. Okay, so the eyelashes I'm using today are these Ardele Wispy Lashes in number 600. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my eyelashes on, I'm going to dip into this gorgeous like aqua teal, and I'm just going to smoke out my bottom lash line. I'm just going to smoke that out. I'm just going to bring this on the bottom of my wing as well. And I'm going to dip into this super vibrant lime green color, and this is a foiled shade. And I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit because it is a foiled shade. So I'm going to take this right here. All I'm missing is the mascara on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the Estee Lauder Extreme Black Mascara. And I'm putting a generous amount of mascara on my bottom lashes, like generous. So this is pretty much it for the eyes. I'm done with my eyes right now. So now I'm just going to finish up the rest of my face. I'm going to go ahead and bronze. Time to bronze. I'm going to take my Fulani shade from the Masquerade palette and bronze and add some warmth to my face. We can't forget the forehead. Gotta show the forehead some love. So I'm going to be taking my Joe Blasco in the shade Ebony to go ahead and contour the face. I'm gonna go ahead and take a flat angled brush with the same shade, and you already know the deal. Gotta contour this nose. For my blush today, I will be using the Saharan Blush palette volume 1. I'll be taking the shade Toby, which is a gorgeous orange tangerine shade. And I'm just gonna place this on the apples of my cheeks. Now to highlight, because we all know I love to highlight. So to highlight, I'm going to be using the shade Lila or Lila, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, so to line my lips today, I am using Chestnut from MAC. You guys, I mean, I think this is like the perfect liner for me. I'm going to be using the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. And I'm just going to blend this in with my lip liner. Okay, so now let's get into the details about this palette. So let's start off with packaging. This is such cute packaging. This palette's finish is of a glossy finish, and there's a holographic effect. You can see like the colors of the rainbow moving in this palette. I think that's so great. I do love the fact that the finish of this palette is of a glossy finish because it does make it easier to clean if anything does get on it. So this is the inside of the palette. As you can tell, you have a generous amount of 9 shades. These eyeshadow pens are the jumbo size ones, or not the regular size ones, which is always great. One thing that I did notice about the palette is that the eyeshadows are not named. I know this is not a huge deal, but I always thought that it was cute because this is an African-inspired brand, and all their eyeshadows, all their colors have African-inspired names. So when I opened the palette and noticed that there were no names, I was like, oh, excuse me, what happened to my names? What happened to the names of the shades? Like, one of them could have been called like Aquila or like, I don't know, just something cute and African inspired, or Safai, because my name is African. The shades are not named. So that was a no-no for me. I was disappointed in that. Moving on to the pigmentation of this palette. Unbelievable pigmentation. The pigmentation is illegal. Like this should not be allowed, but it is, and it's fantastic, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. Juvia's Place, you did an amazing job with the pigmentation. Now, as far as fallout, I didn't get too much fallout. When I was packing on the color, because I had a lot of product on my brush, I experienced a tiny bit of fallout, but for the pigment that I'm getting in these eyeshadows, I welcome it. Like, fallout, you're not an issue. I can manage you today. As far as blendability, okay, so because these eyeshadows are so pigmented, I did find it just a touch harder to blend the colors really well, but it wasn't a problem for me. Moving on to the price of this palette. So this palette is $17.50, and I got to snatch this palette for $19.49. So there are codes available that you can find online. I used the code TRENDMOOD, and I did get like $1 off. The palette with shipping and everything came up to $19.49, and I think for this gorgeous baby right here, that is such a decent price, especially for the quality that you're getting and the amount of eyeshadows. I think why not spend? It wasn't even $20. I'm also in love with the shades that they chose for this palette. The shades that you have here are just gorgeous, bright, fun colors that you don't get in all your palettes. So this is a really great change. This is a great, affordable palette. I love the packaging. I love the glossy finish. I wish it was named. I love the pigmentation. So I guess my overall review is going to be a thumbs up for this palette. And there you have it, you guys. This is the end of today's review / tutorial on the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. If you guys dig this palette, if you want to get your hands on it, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna leave the link down below of where you can snatch this bad boy right here in the description box. But if you guys enjoyed this very bright, fun, colorful look that you see here, then why don't you go ahead and give my video a thumbs up. You can share this video with everyone you know. Go ahead and click that big red button down below that says subscribe, join the family, and you know, if you want to keep up with me on a more day-to-day basis, or if you just want to be nosy and stalk me, you guys can follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. I am on those pages. I'll leave all the information that you need for that too down below, and I will see you beautiful people in my next video. Bye guys!